the 2016 presidential election, America is standing at the crossroads. What our generation does in the upcoming weeks will forever determine the direction of our nation and the future of the precious freedoms we hold dear. I am greatly disturbed by both candidates running for president, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Both of them are flawed. The crude comments made by Donald Trump more than 11 years ago cannot be defended. They are revolting, a disgrace to the American people, something I would never want my children to hear. But the godless, progressive agenda of Hillary Clinton is even more alarming and appalling, something I would never want my children to experience. Like never before, we are faced with two vulgar candidates, but I do recognize that they represent two very different visions for America because of the parties they represent. On the one side, the Republican platform stands for the sanctity of human life, marriage between one man and one woman, the separation of the state from the church as our founding fathers originally intended, capitalism and philanthropy, a hard work ethic, and a number of other key issues. But on the other side, the Democratic platform is saturated with a liberal, godless agenda that is all about bondage and control. It calls for society to openly embrace abortion, which is nothing more than the barbaric murdering of unborn babies, to embrace abortion as a way of life. It cries out for LGBT equality, to the extreme of silencing anyone who stands in their way and views homosexual unions as wrong. It claims to be for the people, but in reality, it seeks to force upon us a political and economic system that is contrary to what our founding fathers designed for this country. Ultimately, as Christians, we must come to grips with the fact that one platform will permit our faith, while the other will one day seek to persecute it. In this dark hour, we cannot afford to back down from our God-given responsibility to remain engaged in politics. Countless people throughout history have never been able to vote for a president as we are privileged to do. In 1 Timothy chapter number 2, verses 1 to 4, implies that we should vote for the platform that will allow born-again Christians to live and preach the gospel both publicly and privately. The liberal agendas that are clawing for control in our country will be catastrophic for those who desire to, and I quote, lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. Now, there is no doubt that the scandals surrounding Trump and Hillary are making big news before this presidential election. But either Trump or Hillary is going to appoint the next Supreme Court justices. Who they appoint to the Supreme Court will literally either preserve or remake the fabric of our society for our children and grandchildren in the generations to come. But many conservatives are deciding to vote third party, even though they know they can't win anything with it. And to them I say, you have the freedom to choose, for now. And that is entirely between you and God. But one day when your children ask how America became a police state or was overrun with socialistic tyranny, you tell them the truth. Tell them that your third-party vote in this critical hour helped enable Hillary Clinton to gain access to the Oval Office and appoint liberals to the Supreme Court, who subsequently erased the First, Second, Fourth, Fifth, and 10th Amendments through judicial activism. I, for one, refuse. I refuse to stand idly by and allow this to happen. I will fight for my freedom. I will fight for my family. I will fight for my children's future. And this was the heart of our founding fathers. On July 6, 1775, the First Continental Congress declared these words: "We have counted the cost of this contest and find nothing so dreadful as voluntary slavery. Honor, justice, and humanity forbid us tamely to surrender that freedom which we receive from our gallant ancestors, and which our innocent posterity have a right to receive from us. We cannot endure the infamy and guilt of resigning succeeding generations to that wretchedness which inevitably awaits them if we basely entail hereditary bondage upon them." Let's get real, folks. Our nation is politically, spiritually, morally, and financially standing at the crossroads. Our many sins have led us to the point where we're at today. The only hope for America is the Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, we must vote for the candidate who has the greater potential of protecting our Christian liberties and will allow the preaching of the gospel of Jesus Christ to continue to freely go forward.